Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2018 Toyota 4Runner Limited. This 4Runner is showing just under 45,000 original miles. If you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There you will also find a free included Carfax report alongside a long list of technical data related to this vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview on both the interior and the exterior of this 4Runner, as well as showing you some of its more notable features. Starting here on the exterior, you'll notice the exterior is finished in a really nice jet black finish. You'll notice a really nice glossy quality to the paint as well. It reflects the natural light beautifully. And as usual, I'll take you really close to the panel so as to look for any dings or dents here on the driver's side. As I make my way back here, absolutely nothing to note here on the driver's side. Paint is in very nice condition, not showing any scratching, dings, or dents. Now taking a look at these wheels as well. Very, very nice condition, 20-inch wheels. And you'll find them finished in a two-tone color. You do have the jet black to match the body color there on the inside of the spokes. As well as on the outer face of the wheel, you'll find a nice brushed metal finish that does a great job at complementing all of these chrome accents here on the driver's side. You'll see it matching the roof rails as well. The tail lights even have a little bit of that chrome element, as well as the lower trim here on the doors. Front wheel, again, no curb rash to report either here. Looks very nice, and you'll notice the Michelin tires showing plenty of life remaining, in very nice condition and worn evenly. Now taking a look at the front fascia of the vehicle, headlights not showing any signs of oxidation, discoloration, or scratching. Very, very clean, and of course they present a couple more of those nice chrome styling elements to the front of the vehicle. It's always nice when manufacturers tie in the headlights into the front end styling. Now of course a couple more chrome bits to go over here, just in the center grille, and just below you have this nice thick chrome panel that carries all the way from the passenger side to the driver's side, and it also houses the fog lights, which are in very nice condition on both sides. That chrome is showing hardly any rock chips, scratching, or damage of any kind. Reflects beautifully, as you can see. And the lower portion of the bumper is not showing any rock chips or damage that's notable. Looks very nice. So of course another wheel here at the front on the passenger side. Very nice condition, no curb rash to report. And I'll take you back on the passenger side, doing that same look for dings, dents, scratches, etc. Making my way back here, it looks very nice all the way to the tail end of the vehicle. One more wheel to take a look at, of course, here at the rear, and yet again, absolutely no curb rash to report. Now, taking a look at the rear of the vehicle, as I mentioned before, those taillights have another nice chrome element there. And I love how they cleaned up the look of the rear a little bit by not using a full red lens. Of course, all of the LED lights where necessary are red, but the taillight itself isn't a big red chunk on the back of this vehicle, and I think it kind of cleans up the tail end, and it really fits that kind of black and chrome look. Really cleans it up in my opinion. Of course, a bit more chrome here around the 4Runner badge. All of this chrome isn't showing any water spotting, and you'll notice it's kind of a satin finish chrome on the upper portion. That's not an issue with the finish, that is as designed. Taking a look at the lower portion just here, this plastic panel just behind the load flare, you'll notice it free of any gouging or scratches, which is going to be very nice. That shows that at least some care was put into loading cargo into the back of this 4Runner by the previous owners. Of course, it also is equipped for towing, and the lower portion of the rear bumper is in very nice condition. So next up, we'll make our way into the very well appointed interior. You'll notice it completely finished in leather here, and the outer bolster here on the seat, driver's side, pardon me, is in just amazing condition, and you can see that really nice contrasted stitching that carries all the way up and over the headrest and all the way around the perimeter of the seat. Passenger seat, very, very nice condition. You'll notice absolutely no tears or any real wear on these seats to point out. Of course, full power operation on the side just here. Now we'll hop inside. Nice solid feel when you close the door. Of course, these are built to be relatively rugged. I'm going to fire it up. Of course, this vehicle, being a limited, it's fitted with the keyless start. So the key is in my pocket, just one touch of that start button. Hear that V6 fire up without any hesitation, and the gauge cluster comes to life. Notice the infotainment does just the same. You have a nice digital clock just on the top of the display there. So gauge cluster, no strange warning lights now that the vehicle is up and running, just that seatbelt reminder just there on the left. Taking a look down the center console, you're going to notice some really nice silver trim all around your buttons and switches to accent the rest of the silver around the interior. You'll notice a nice high definition backup camera when I put it in reverse. And a very nice stereo as well. It sounds very good in this 4Runner. Looking down a little bit further, you do have all of your climate controls. Of course, your 2 zones here at the front for a driver and passenger individual temperature selection. You do have all of your other controls here, and they all look great and function exactly as intended. Looking just a bit lower, having these leather seats, it's also fitted with heated and ventilated seats, both individually controlled at this panel, and a couple of USB ports for media input and aux port, of course, and then a nice power outlet just there. Looking a bit lower, of course, you have your cup holder and a little bit of a storage tray, and a controller here for the all-wheel drive system. Very convenient, just a nice knob there to rotate. No big levers or gear selectors. Nice and easy. Toyota makes it easy for you. You can see your gear selector with this beautiful wooden trim, which matches this trim just here on the passenger dashboard. Now you'll notice a beautiful kind of red, almost orange grain to this wood with some black accents. And it just looks awesome in this interior. It really provides a little bit of color there on the dashboard. And it's in great condition. On some of these 4Runners you're looking at for sale, you will notice some really major scratching. I've seen it plenty of times, and this vehicle, there's none of that present. Just looks excellent. Steering wheel controls, of course, all in great condition. These are normally the buttons you will first see wear out, that or some of your radio buttons, but again, all of them look great. On your side panel just here on your door, you do have, of course, all auto windows, which I love. So of course that means one tap even on a window. Oh, that's the wrong side. There you go. Even on a window like the rear doors, both of them are going to be one touch operation. As you can see, that window's going up, no input needed. Very nice feature, as well as memory seats and some beautiful leather work here on your door panel. Everything feels nice to the touch here in the 4Runner. And of course, Toyota's fit and finish has always been very good. Of course, I have this nice sunroof just above my head here, which is power operated via these switches just above my head. So next up, let's take a quick look at the power plant, and then we'll make our way to the rear seating. All right, so I've just popped the hood here in the 4Runner. We're going to take a look at this V6 under the hood. Now, as you can see, all of the plastics look very nice. They're in nice condition. And the motor itself down below looks just the same. All of the hardware, even the more intricate pieces like your battery terminals and your brake hardware there, all of the things where you would expect to find corrosion first, there's none of that to be found. Even the hardware on the side of the valve cover there looks very nice. Now, of course, being a Toyota, Toyota is synonymous with dependability, easy maintenance, inexpensive parts. It's really just, they hit the sweet spot for owner convenience and dependability, and this engine really exemplifies that better than most. They fitted it to multiple models, and ask any technician. I know many technicians, and they're always a bit relieved when a Toyota arrives in the shop because they know it's going to be a far easier repair than some of the other vehicles we see here in the industry. But this particular engine is very clean, and as you can hear, idling very happily. Of course, it's going to be very efficient as well, but really you cannot beat reliability and dependability. So taking a look at the rear seating arrangement just here, you will notice the rear seats all in very, very nice condition, showing minimal, if any, wear. Of course, they also have this beautiful contrasted white stitching. Now we'll take a look. I have not adjusted the seat ahead of me from where I would drive the vehicle comfortably. I'm about 6'4" myself, and as you can see, I still have probably a good 6, maybe 7 inches between my knees and the seat just ahead of me, and I have a good 1.5 inches of headroom. I can move around freely, and it's very comfortable for your second row passengers. Of course, you do have a great view up here of the front of the cabin. Just below my right knee, you'll also find climate controls, or climate vents, pardon me, as well as a couple of power outlets for the convenience of your second row passengers. Of course, the door panels are also well appointed with some nice leather stitching, just as the front is. And just to my right, I can drop down this armrest with some cup holders in there and some more comfortable padded leather with that contrasted stitching. So lastly, we're going to make our way back to the rear of the vehicle, and one thing I'd like to show you before I actually go into the cargo area is you can see this rear window. Now, one of the kind of hallmarks of the 4Runner is this switch just here, which is again auto, same as all the other switches, but one touch and you'll see that rear window drops down. Now I absolutely love this feature. You can see it goes up and down without any problems. And I love this feature. I was just driving a 4Runner about 15 minutes ago, not this one, but another one we have on the lot over there. And I absolutely loved having that rear window drop down. And when you drop down the front windows, the way the air flows through the cabin is so much different than when you just have your passenger and driver's side windows open. There's absolutely no chop when the wind comes through. It's a very, very smooth wind. It almost feels more open air. And I absolutely love that they include that on the 4Runner to this day. Anyway, here at the rear of the vehicle, of course, you do have a privacy blind just here, which is going to easily stow, and it's removable. Just slide it right out of these small pockets. You have a nice rubber mat protecting your carpets in the cargo space, as well as all of the original all-weather floor mats. All of those are branded Toyota as well. And these seats do drop down in a 60-40 split, providing a little bit more cargo storage space. And of course, you do have a very high load floor as well. So you can fit some pretty tall items in the back of the 4Runner. Drop this down. So of course, being in New England, you have to think about vehicles for the winter, and you have to think about reliability. You have to think about ease of maintenance, cost of parts, fuel economy, and all of these things really come to a point in the middle. And in my opinion, that's the Toyota 4Runner. I think it's just the perfect do-it-all New England vehicle, and I think you'll feel the same way. But if you have any further questions, feel free to visit the listing for this vehicle at alphacars.com, and there you're going to find all of the relevant contact information. We'd be more than happy to help you. So thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.